We have a special treat for you on Central Valley Talk along with the Reed Report. I am Austin Reed. Thank you for joining us, everybody. All right, have you heard of Small Town News? It is a new docuseries on HBO. And before we welcome the three guests from this show, let's play the trailer.
I went to a buddy of mine. I told him I'm going to build a TV station in the middle of the desert. He said, "What are you thinking?"
I love doing the news. It's like an addiction.
You girls ready? It's kind of like pitch and catch.
That's exactly what we do. He's the pitcher and I'm the catcher.
Now we're going to expand into the Vegas marketplace.
My concern is the station is barely sustaining itself.
We got a weather report for you. Whoa! I have faith in everybody here to do the job. This is exactly what this station is about.
I'm the only person that stays here because I have no self-esteem.
So it is now streaming on HBO Max. It debuted on August the 3rd. Man, from chickens to transmitting towers, Elvis to the desert, there's so much to see in this new series. Joining us live right now via Zoom, I've got John, the weatherman. I've got Eunette, the newswoman, and Vernon, the station owner. Hello.
Hello, we got Ronda here too.
Ronda
just joined us as well.
Hi, Ronda. I see you in the background.
Yeah, Ronda.
So, guys, I watched the first episode earlier this morning. It was absolutely fantastic. As I said last week on this show, this is a real station. This isn't a fake series or a reality show. I mean, it's a reality show, but based on true life. KPVM-TV Channel 25, and you guys are based in Pahrump, Nevada, right?
That's where Studio A is, yes.
That's where Studio A is. Vernon, I want to start with you as the owner and the founder, along with your wife, Ronda. Tell us, go back 25 years ago to when things kicked off for KPVM.
Yeah, not a problem. So I had a family member who moved out here who was brought out by the Air Force, and Pahrump was kind of like the ninth island of Hawaii, and Tyler was from Hawaii, and a lot of people were moving out to Pahrump. So I decided to come visit Mom, and when I did, I was doing corporate videos in Southern California, in LA, in Orange County, and in the South Bay, and things kind of were getting busier and busier. There was more and more production companies, and it got to a point to where when I started, there was about 7, 8 production companies. When I left, there was 80. And I went out and visited Mom. I said, "Man, this would be a great place to start up a cable channel." But the cable networks only covered a third of the population. So I felt that wasn't sufficient enough to do what I wanted to do. So I found out that the town had applied for 8 television repeaters, and they lost 3 of them. And I grabbed one of them and won the FCC over, and they awarded me the FCC license, and that was 24 years ago.
And here you are.
The rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history.
Been doing news ever since day one.
So, Ronda, you kind of run the day-to-day operation. Is that right?
Yes. I know that's a short answer to a long question for me. Yeah. I don't know. I try. We both try. I handle more of the administrative side and sales and the management of employees and the cohesiveness of the team, because we have a lot of conflicts sometimes with these A-type personalities that we have going on. And so I should have gotten my psychology degree. I did not, but I'm working on it.
Hey, have you ever wondered how Pahrump got its name?
No, how?
Rhonda's going to tell you.
Well, back in the day when the cowboys were riding through town, back in those days, we had, Pahrump means, or I should say it's a...
Fly.
It's an Indian name. And
it's a Paiute Indian name.
It's a Paiute Indian name. And when the Indians were here, the squaws, they would set up their teepees, okay? and they would put up little signs. And as the cowboys rode through town, it would say $2 per rump.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay.
Ah.
Very good. Very
So
good.
really it means rocks where the water flows freely. And that's because we're on the 3rd largest aquifer in the United States.
Interesting. Okay. And you guys
Yes.
are what, about 60 miles outside of Sin City?
Yeah.
Yes. And see, we still have brothels today.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard of that.
all the way back then to now, you
All right.
know.
In 2021.
Crazy.
Now,
But
Eunette.
the,
Yeah.
town, the town is growing.
Oh, sorry.
Town is growing. The town is growing quite significantly because a lot of the Californians are leaving California and then come over here and buy a home for $275,000 to $350,000.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you know, they'll sell their home in California for $1 million, and the rest goes in the bank. And they have the same quality of living because you're 60 miles away from Vegas, but we have all the amenities now in Pahrump that you would need to live, except for a movie house and a Costco. You know, I mean, everything else is here.
Eunette, I want to talk to you now. You are the co-anchor of the nightly news, and you are in this docu-series a lot. Did you ever think when you took this job that you would be featured in a docu-series on HBO? That's a big deal.
It is a huge deal, and never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that I would be on HBO. I mean, the news has always been my dream. Ever since I was in college and graduate school, I've been working toward that. However, when I was a little girl, I would sneak and watch cable TV, sneak and watch TV at night. Don't tell my parents. It would be HBO. I would sneak and watch First and 10. I know I'm dating myself, but it's an old football show that had a little soft porn. And, you know, I never thought one day, wow, I'm going to be on that same network.
Right? You never know. You never know. John, the weatherman, also Elvis sometimes. What are you thinking about all this?
Bring your audio up, John.
Yeah, we're not hearing you. You may have a bad connection. Oh, there you are. Okay. Yeah, John the weatherman, your turn.
Yeah, no, it's been a very weird year. We've been trying to get used to, living sort of a normalized life post-COVID in a whole nother state, and making friends, and at the same time having the camera crew. It's very surreal. It's very meta.
Now, Vernon, how did they find you guys? That's what I'd like to know.
It started with a request to interview Heidi Fleiss. And Heidi Fleiss lives out here in Pahrump, and they needed a location. So the World of Wonder came out and filmed her at our location. And while they were here, they put it in their back pocket that, wow, this is a story that needs to be told, and this would be a great docuseries. And so as time went on, that was under development. Probably took in all maybe 8 years, Ronda, maybe 9 years.
It's been a long process, yes. And one of the things that Fenton and Randy from World of Wonder said was that when they met Deanna and Heidi Fleiss, they really appreciated the relationship that we have with the locals, and that Deanna treated Heidi like any other person, just a person. And I think that, in episode 4, when we're talking with one of the locals, Barbara Thatcher Cates, and I don't know if you've seen episode 4, but hey, she treats her just like any other person, just checking on her. And that's what we do. We do a lot of that here. We have a lot of relationships in the community. It's just so different because our news isn't CBS, Fox, ABC. We aren't controlled by people. And we have relationships. And Deanna is out there and she's talking to people and they love her. They really do. They have good relationships with her. So that's one of the things that impressed them is how our news works and how Deanna works with the community. And so here we are.
Let's see. So how many episodes did they shoot? When will the final episode be released?
Well, they shot enough footage for probably 10 episodes.
Okay.
But they put together 6 and a pilot. We've never seen the pilot. And we've never seen, ahead of time we saw episode 1 through 3, and that's it. So we've never seen the rest of the episodes until they air, just like anybody else, which is kind of freaky in a way.
Yeah, we don't know what's coming.
We don't know what's coming.
But we have a lot of trust, I think, in the crew and the producers.
Do. We were a little taken back with episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4 was a little. Yeah.
But hey, I mean, you can't.
It will sell. It will sell. Episode 4 will sell because a lot of people will buy into it. But for locals, it's another story.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we showed a little too much of the areas we probably shouldn't be showing up Pahrump that really don't exist worldwide.
Yeah, I just
or city or countywide.
The series so far does a pretty good job of being fair to the town. Episode 4 might make you think that it's pretty hick out here, but we do have a lot of amenities. I'm just saying, since I moved here in 1994, we had nothing. We didn't have a major grocery store at that time. We had no stoplights. Since then we have 2 stoplights. Wait, 3? How many stoplights do we have? Anyway, we have major grocery stores, all the little food chains and things like that. So they're
going to roundabouts now.
Yeah,
Everybody's doing roundabouts.
There's more going on here than it kind of looks like sometimes. But
yeah.
Hey, we have a lot of different facets to this community.
Sure do.
John and Eunette, what has the response been when you guys are out and about, and are you getting recognized from people saying, "Oh my gosh, you're in that new small town news"?
We were just talking about this before we got on the air. I'm a little bit used to people like stopping me at a grocery store and
Sure.
go, "Hey, weatherman," but now they ask for a selfie. So
there you go.
That's a little different.
You moved up in the world, my friend.
Yeah, I am still getting used to that because I just consider myself, an everyday girl who just happens to love news. And so when someone says hi, I genuinely want to just say hi back. And, I just think of it as, that's great. More KPVM viewers. I love it.
Well,
what's the name of that smile?
Resting smile face.
That's right, resting smile face. I love that. I remember seeing that in the trailer and in the first season. You guys, thank you so much for taking the time and joining us. And Vernon, anytime you need maybe a California correspondent for KPVM, let me know. I'd love to join your team as well.
Not a problem. It's quite ironic, the calls we've had for people who want to join the team. It's probably, I think, up to 7 now, which, they're qualified people and they're the right type of people who understand what we're doing here. Yeah. And it's kind of flattering. But on the flip side of it, there's been a hell of a lot of recognition. As a matter of fact, the Advanced Television Board recognized us today. And they put it in their newsletter, so it went out to all the television stations and what have you. So that was kind of cool. Well, I just saw that. That was very flattering. So we'll see that at NAB. That's going to be a big exposure at NAB Monday night.
National Association of Broadcasters. And and I just got to say real quick, I love what you guys are doing. I'm such a big fan of locally owned, locally operated stations. That's what we are here in Fresno as well. And it is a dying breed. So, it's great to see that HBO.
Stick together.
What?
Yeah, thank you for taking time for us.
Stick
John,
together.
go ahead. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you
We're
for
all going to stick together there,
Yeah, stick together. Yeah, stick together, right?
That's right. Stick together. Absolutely. People can learn more at KPVM.TV. John, Ronda, Vernon, Eunette, thank you again for
You.
joining us, and hopefully there will be a season 2. Who knows?
Well, with these ratings, I can't imagine why not, because people they're ranting and raving. I even think kind of the holler in the hallway, basically, or in the back room, is everybody was not expecting this, outcome for the show. And I mean, we've been interviewed by all the majors. We've been on Good Morning America. We've had exposure on the front page of the LVRJ. Of course, yourself and Joe LaRocca, but there's been so many others, and it's a really, I feel, a quality production, and I'm so flattered and happy to know that we're associated with the best streaming media company in the world, HBO. And I mean, you can't get better than that. That's the creme of the creme.
It is a game changer.
I'm so pleased with that.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Keep us posted. Come back anytime. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm Austin Reed. You're watching Central Valley Talk. We're going to take a quick break. Coming up next, we've got a local guest in studio with us. So stay with us. We'll be back in 30 seconds.